Namaste, Yogesh ji. Once again, to our experiment, the Peace Dispatch.
So Hemanji, namaskar and thank you very much for initiating this discussion and Jai Jagat to all my friends.
Ji, ji.
So what I intend to do is share my story, which is already covered in my book. But book has own limitation about giving details of all the amazing, life-touching experiences I've undergone in our peace pilgrimages. So this is a story I'm sharing, a real life story. Uh, when we were walking from on Sri Lankan walk. So, friends, just to tell you, we were in Tamil Nadu and pretty close to Rameswaram. And suddenly, one of friend, Dr. Uma, called me up saying, Yogesh bhai, aap kidhar ho? I said, Tamil Nadu mein hu. She says, I know you're in Tamil Nadu, but exactly tell me, where are you? So, first of all, I could not get context why she is asking like this. I said, Umaji, it looks like I'm about 50-60 kilometers from Rameswaram and almost towards end of this phase of our journey. She says, Yogesh, tell me which city you are in. I said, Didi, I don't know exactly which city I am in. And luckily, in that time, while we were walking and talking, I saw signboard Ramnathpuram to be about 20 kilometers from the place we were walking. She says, Yogesh bhai, please pick up auto quickly and go into Ramnathpuram. I said, Didi, what happened suddenly? She says, I got a news that our Chief Minister, Honorable Jayalalithaa, has passed away. And in Tamil Nadu, people are extremely emotional. And any of this sort of situation, entire city is into curfew in no time. So you may not, be able to walk anyway. Also, people will not, connect with you because it will be curfew situation. So my invitation that please get some vehicle and get into city. I said, Madam, I really appreciate your love and care, but for riding a auto, we don't have money. And you are telling me to go into hotel. So when we don't have money for auto, that's equally we have no money for restaurant. He said, okay, okay, bye. Give me little time. I'll work out something and come back to you. And without realizing much gravity of the challenge, we kept on walking. She called up in 1 hour saying, take a auto. And I could realize that, number of vehicles moving were coming down dramatically. But she said, take a auto. I have not able to reach you, but take a auto or ask leave from somebody and go to hotel. She gave me some local name and you can go and ask Mr. Ramesh there. Ramesh will immediately give you money for the auto and your stay arrangement is done in that hotel. But go as early as possible, otherwise they also may put down shutter and then you'll have challenge. But getting auto took some time, but luckily we got auto and the guy was reasonably good enough. I told my two other colleagues are sitting, I'll just bring money from this place. And immediately we paid money. And that guy said, Yogesh bhai, tum bahut time pe aa gaye ho. Otherwise, we were thinking of putting shutter down in next half an hour or so. So we reached late afternoon and he immediately said, Yogesh bhai, just keep your luggage in the room and come out as quickly because we have closed our restaurant. But still, this is the time you can step out and get some food. Otherwise, you will not get food today. And we have not had lunch also. So we were looking for lunch and also get something packed. So probably we can, get till evening. And next day morning, things will come back to normal. We came back, we took little time because we were tired and, in this hot days. So we took shower and all that. The guy was upset. He says, sir, you're wasting time. Anytime entire city will be closed and you will not get food for you. But anyway, we stepped out and he says, you guys go on to this left hand street. There are so many restaurants in that street and get something for you and get also something packed. So today evening you are able to manage. Okay. We went, almost we walked for about kilometer or couple of kilometers, but no restaurants were open. Almost everybody had put the shutter down. And then realizing that guy's advice, we said, let's not waste any more time. We'll figure out something. Maybe kuch na kuch apple or something mil jayega, so we'll work out. And we were coming back. But Hemanji, this is where divine blessing, divine intervention came up. Somebody opened a shutter and he says, are you looking for food? I said, yes. How you know? He said, don't ask question. Come into. And he took us in and closed the shutter immediately. It was a restaurant. The guy said, what do you want? I said, whatever is available. We want to pack something and also eat something. He said, no, you have to pack only. I'll not allow you to sit here because there may be any time police can come. So pack whatever you want and go back and eat in your wherever place you are staying. I said, fair enough. So this sort of situation gave me idea that it will be really a strict curfew where you will not able to get anything. So I really at heart thank Dr. Uma that yes, you made arrangement and guide us to reach to a safer place. So we packed and we said, how much money? He says, about 170. And I said, sir, mere paas to 100 rupiah hai. I don't have so much money. He said, don't worry, just go ahead and this is our gift to you. Just go back, go out quickly and reach to your place wherever you are staying. So we were surprised, but that guy was like, I don't know why he called us up and why he realized that on the road we are walking and we are looking for food. But that guy was very kind intervention. And as we were stepping out, he stopped us for a minute and gave us 2 bottles of water. He says, sir, no restaurants, no grocery shop will be open where you can buy water also. So take this and go back quickly to wherever you are staying. So we had no time to discuss other thing with him. So we just came out and start practically running back to our restaurant. And luckily we reached, the guy had put shutter down, but he had told me his number. So I called him up. He says, yeah, I'm opening. So he opened up and we could go in our room. And that food we had to manage our lunch as well as dinner. So, but anyway, we were taken care. So it gave me very touching feeling that yes, universal energy is supporting our walk. He created, he made that woman, Dr. Uma, to call me up and also organize our stay as well as payment for rickshaw, as well as this food was blessing to us. We rested on that day. We had nothing else to do. But as usual, as we get up next day early morning, we looked at TV and a formal announcement was done that yes, Honorable Chief Minister has passed away and funeral will be happening at 5:30 in the evening. And so we know that we cannot walk even second day. Till the funeral is completed, curfew will not be lifted up. So we were wondering what to do. In the meantime, once again, Dr. Uma called up saying, Yogesh bhai, I already informed Ramesh bhai. You stay one day there and your stay will be taken care. And one of my relative is staying pretty close by to where you are staying. He'll come and bring breakfast for you. I said, yeah. I mean, because we had seen yesterday's situation that practically there was no restaurants were open or no even grocery shop where you can buy some fruits or vegetable or biscuit. Nothing was available. So this was like whistle in ears that yes, somebody is going to bring hot home cooked food for you. So we said, thank you, Umaji, it really is great. In about 15-20 minutes, it was around 8 o'clock and somebody knocked our door. So we opened that to see one old man, maybe in his mid 70s, and a very young boy of 10, 12 were standing out. So I said, Namaskar, sir. But the moment I said Namaskar, sir in English, I could sense out that guy was not able to reciprocate because he was local Tamilian guy. And what he said, I was not able to understand. But he raised his hand. He had tiffin in his hand. So we could make out, yes, this is must be Uma's uncle. And he got us food. He had got idli vada and sambar. But he had got banana leaves. Like typically in South Indian people, eat even liquid using hands. And for us, unfortunately, we were not exposed to that type of eating. We can eat idli and all that, but we were wondering what to do now. Then my colleague said, we in our room we have glasses for water. So take sambar in the glasses. So we managed our breakfast somehow or other with sambar in the glass and chutney directly on the idlis and vadas. This old man was a pretty sharp guy. He was observing us. Anyway, we could not communicate. So he was just observing us where we are eating. And he could sense that these people are not local people. These people are from, somewhere else in India. So while going, he just folded two hands and says, lunch, lunch. So it was partly sign language. He knew while saying that I'll bring lunch for you guys. So we were grateful. But when he came for lunch, once again there was one more young boy of around 12, 15 with him. And the best part was he brought us 3 thalis. Also a katori and a spoon. And I was touched that he observed that, we are not very comfortable eating in banana leaves. And we need spoon to, eat liquid stuff. So he brought us this thing. And I could sense these were all brand new utensils he had brought from market. What surprised to me was in the curfew situation, how he could manage to, buy this thing. And in the tiffin, it was not a tiffin actually. He had brought a big, dabba. And I was so surprised, a completely different type of food. It was a biryani. And in a small dabba, he had brought raita. So it was like almost after maybe a couple of months, we were eating something other than idli dosa or uttapam vada. So I was surprised, but yes, it was silent gratitude. So we were so happy to eat hot stuff, and a biryani was a welcome change. Once again, he was observing us very closely, and he could see, brightness on our face when we were eating. He could not understand what we were talking, but he could sense out that yes, these people are enjoying this biryani rice, and he was just observing constantly while we were eating. And I told him to sit on our bed. He said, no, I'm okay. But he was standing and we were eating. But given the situation, we had limited options. So fair enough. While going also, he says, dinner. ठीक है. I said, we are so much blessed that we are so much secure. And if we seek from outside and we were doing time pass on TV, entire city was under curfew. I was just grappling at it, how this guy is able to come here. He must be staying really next door. Naito, when a city is in complete curfew, how we can bring hot foods up here? But anyway, we had to just reciprocate what is bringing rather than getting into a communication. Finally, when I was telling him, trying to do with sign that funeral is at 5:30, so 6:30, everything will be open. So we'll able to manage with our own way. Say, no, I bring. Then He also left. At around 7:30, he comes, and by the time we could see on TV that yeah, some shops were opening, and there was some movement happening on the roads. But anyway, this guy had brought in, and this time he brought in, I mean, tomato soup and veg pulao. So again, a different make of this stuff. This is not in normal South Indian stuff. But anyway, for us, both this lunch and evening dinner was a great welcome. We had anyway our own thalis and vati, so we had lovely, wonderful soup and also had pulao. So it was absolutely gratifying moment, very satisfying moment that we were taken care in spite of outside situation. Then at this time, when he came the third time in the evening, he had some younger guy of 24, 25, and he was fairly okay in talking in English, as well as he had good understanding of Hindi. He says, I had stayed in Mumbai for 2 years, so I'm able to communicate comfortably with you. So he asked me a question that, what will be your program tomorrow? I said, tomorrow morning around 5, 5:30 we'll start and we'll go to Rameswaram from here. So he says, do you have a route map? I said, yeah, we'll go to Rameswaram. I think there is some place called Uchipalli in between, and then we'll reach Rameswaram. It's about 14 kilometers from here. Oh, 14 kilometers is not Rameswaram, it's 14 kilometers is Uchipalli. And then Rameswaram around more 12 kilometers. So I said, okay, let me look at in Google Map, because Google Map has been a guiding factor for us. So we looked at, and I realized that Uchipalli city and the highway has 8 kilometer difference. So this guy is saying that the Dharmaraj, this old gentleman, is inviting you to his home tomorrow morning for breakfast. And he said his home is from highway, it's about 8, 9 kilometers. And moment he said home is away from Uchipalli highway 8, 9 kilometers, and I realized 14 plus 9, it's about 23 kilometers. He has come for third time in a curfew situation. And that, I mean, sparked me, and I realized he is not a next door neighbor to us. He's coming through some vehicle because the food is hot, but he's coming some way. Then I asked him through this gentleman. He says he's taking lift from some local traveler. And you understand, in a curfew, people are not normally traveling, but once in a while somebody steps out. So he used to take lift from somebody, and he used to travel 23 kilometers one way to give us food. And that touched all of us, that somebody is so kind, the guy who even doesn't know our name, he can't communicate with us. But just the way Dr. Uma told her that these people are doing peace pilgrimage, the guy, raised himself to the occasion and was willing to help us out. So with that emotion, we could not say no to him, and he left us. Maybe he would have just gone down and would have called Dr. Uma. So Dr. Uma called me up moment he left in about 10 minutes, saying, thank you for accepting Dharmaraj sir's offer. By the way, he's my mama. And when he said, this is very close by, so I thought, I mean, she says, even I'm not staying there, so I don't have very deep idea about geography. But now that you're told about this, and I also checked up, it's 23 kilometers from your restaurant to his home. I said, Umaji, this is a big, big thing in a curfew situation, driving 3 times for us at this distance. And I would have gone in market and would fetch up utensils for us. It's a big surprise. He says, he's a very emotional guy. And when he decides to do something, he doesn't listen to anybody. So by evening, I realized that, he's traveling long distance. But he says, no, don't worry. I'll go. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to meet you on the highway and we'll walk together to his home. Right now. So next day morning, we started at 5:30 as usual, agreed, and we started walking. Almost around 7:15 or something, we reached highway and Uma was waiting for us. So it was good to meet Dr. Uma. Uh, Dr. Uma is an old acquaintance. I'll talk about to you about her maybe in next talk. So Uma, our friend Dharmaraj and three of us started walking. In about an hour further, we reached to his home. And his wife was so grateful that we have come. He actually did some Aarti Puja for us and he had decorated his home with typical South Indian rangolis. So we felt like, really somebody has taken effort to welcome us. So we went there. A very hot Medu vada and dosa were waiting for us. So we had that. And I could sense constantly his wife and he wanted to say something. But due to whatever reason, they were keeping mum. So he made us take our breakfast. Then I said, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for yesterday, your special effort for us. Can we leave now? Because we would like to reach Rameswaram before lunchtime. He says, sir, through Uma, he mentioned that, sir, please stay back one night for us. We have invited some 30, 40 people in lunch. And I like say, sir, we have already lost 1.5 days earlier. But Uma said, Yogesh bhai, he feels deeply grateful if you can stay back. So then we agreed to stay back. Now the stay back was not only for lunch. He says, even evening I have called some people. So please stay back today and tomorrow morning you can leave. So we met some local village people. I mean, a lot of people had come, but we really could not communicate much in those villages. People don't talk about other than Tamil language. But I could sense this guy had, so much love and care. He invited some 27 people and we had good lunch with them. And in lunch, he had made for us chole puri. So I was also surprised. Through Uma, we could connect and find out that this old couple had two children, two daughters, and both daughters were married into Punjabi families in northern India. And during that interactions, this woman learned to cook North Indian food also. And moment at home, when Dharamraj would have said to his wife, these people are not from southern India, and they are not very comfortable eating on kele ke patte pe. So then he got us thali and katori and spoon. So realizing that issue, she made us yesterday biryani and evening pulao and soup for us. And one of the next popular item in North India, chole bhature. So we had some gala time. And especially after 2.5 months, we had lost, connection with any North Indian food. It was all throughout idli dosa vada, uttapam. So it was welcome move. And as usual, normally after meal we rest for some time, but here we had a time to really relax. Hemanji, by that time, this guy says today evening there'll be 30 people coming in, and they like to listen to you. And he says 6 of them are going to be English speaking. So whatever you talk, they will translate for us. I was so deeply touched. This guy is like, doesn't know us, doesn't know our name fully, but he took yesterday so much pain. And 3 times in the curfew situation, took leave from some unknown people and came to serve us. And today is taking more extra pain to really cater to it. That reminded me our Indian value system, Atithi Devo Bhava. And we were seeing this in live over last 2 days. And evening, he said, some number, but actually 42 people turn up. And it was extremely touching moment that so many people were accommodated in his house and he had organized for them local stuff. And we said evening we'll also be happy to eat idli dosa and all, but don't take pain. The old couple did all the pain, and we could realize this guy is running a shop. So there is one young girl used to work in his shop. So that lady closed the shop and came, and all three of us cooked for almost 45 people. That was a really commendable, gratifying effort to serve us and connect us with local people. So we had good time, and it was a relaxing day, but we felt like chalo abhi so jate hain, because we were looking forward to continue our walk next day morning. He said, "Sir, what time you would like to leave?" I said, "Usual around 5:30 we leave." "Okay, don't worry. We'll get up early morning and make a breakfast for you." I said, "Sir, we don't eat at so much time, but we'll manage. Now it's lot done. Don't worry too much about us, sir. You have been extraordinarily kind on us for 2 days." So we said, "No, nothing doing." And Uma said, "Yogesh bhai, wo kuch sunega nahi. He is so much touched with your wonderful work." And he says, "This is my small contribution." Fair enough. So realizing that, we kept mouth shut and went to bed. He had put such a nice, well decorated room for us, and three of us had very good sleep, very refreshing, very touching. The entire environment was very touching. Next day morning, by the time we got up around 4:30, this couple had already got up and they were doing something in kitchen. I mean, it was so, touching to heart and feeling gratifying moment that this old couple, some serving some unknown guys. So really, they're living Indian value system of Atiti Devo Bhava in reality. Sometime, listening to these phrases sounds good, but somebody living with that in reality, it moves you up completely. So he packed us up and said, "Go ahead, and I'll see you in Rameswaram." I said, "Now what?" It was never-ending story. He said, "I'll bring lunch for you in Rameswaram." I said, "Rameswaram, we'll find something. Don't worry." And Rameswaram is not very far. He will reach by around 11 o'clock there. So we'll find out. He says, "No, no, no, I'm going to bring in Rameswaram." And I could see Uma nodding her head. So once again, we were forced to shut down. And we had a good, wonderful walk. And, that area of walk is so amazing. We passed to that popular bridge where, Indian mini train goes right up to last. So we passed through that bridge in parallel road track. And just the time we were entering in Rameswaram, this guy is standing with three police around. So we were wondering why, what happened. So he started, one of the police guys started saying that Dharaj came 1 hour back and he told us in the police station, make one table for us. So now we have created a dining table for you in our office. So you are please welcome in our police station and have your meal. So I, first of all, seeing police, I was a little scared. I said, what have I done something wrong? But the police guy was immediately came to our rescue, said, "No, you are welcome in our police station to have your meals." So we went there. Police also very kind. This guy brought meals for us, and they were kind enough to get us, soft drink. We told them we don't drink soft drink. We need only pani. No, no, no. You must take something up. You have come to our place. So how can we serve you? That was extremely touching moment. And that's how our interaction with Dharamraj ended up. And finally, it was like 8 meals. We were wondering, where we'll get food. How an unknown guy comes and take care of you in an extreme situation like a curfew. He travels so much. I'm sure his shop would have been closed because of curfew, but still in the curfew situation, once in a while somebody is traveling. So he took lift from those guys. Those guys also offer him lift, and he brings hot stuff to serve us. I mean, that experience I can never forget that. So, MNG, thank you for doing
Wonderful.
this dispatch, and I'm deeply touched to share with our listeners that this is the type of experience we undergo. And like this, every walk has many heart touching experiences, and that actually empowers me also to continue doing this work, meeting some unknown guys, whether you know language or no language, they go out of the way to serve you. And even similar experience in countries where you don't know language, culture is different. Finally, in India, it is Atithi Deva Bhava is our common culture. But I mean, so we'll be happy to share some more stories. And by the way, for my listeners, friend, this stories like this, many stories are covered in my book. My book name is
Yeah, you can show the book if you can.
yeah, my book's name is Home in Infinite Spaces. This is available in Amazon. And this book, again, once through popular demand, is translated into 3 languages. So it's available in Hindi, Marathi, and Gujarati also. All 4 books were translated by friends who find this book to be useful and valuable. So I just invite to possibly look at and listen to, I mean, read through many stories like this uh, of our peace walk. This book covers right from my first walk of Bombay to Ahmedabad, right up to my walk up to Armenia. And I'm in process today to write my next book, which will cover up walk into Pakistan, Bangladesh, USA, and Canada. Thank you. Wish you all, friend, a wonderful time. Jai Jagat. Namaste.
Jai Jagan.
Thank you, MNG. It's indeed a pleasure.
Ji, ji, ji.